Taylor Swift tried to block Sabrina Carpenter's new album from reaching the number one spot on the Billboard. Sabrina Carpenter recently released her sixth studio album titled Short and Sweet on August 23rd. This album marks a significant moment in her career, showcasing a blend of pop, R&B, and even some country influences. The album has gained widespread attention partly due to the success of its singles like Espresso, which became her first song to hit the 1 billion streams on Spotify, and Please Please Please, which topped the Billboard Hot 100. But there were some controversies around her album, as she was challenged by her old friend Taylor Swift on Billboard album chart. Taylor Swift's latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, was released on April 19. This was her 11th studio album and marks a shift towards a more introspective and literary theme. The album has been described as a sophisticated and mature work, showcasing Swift's growth as a songwriter. But how did she try to block Sabrina Carpenter's album from reaching the top of the chart? Let's go back in time. Since the release of the Tortured Poets Department, a lot of artists tried to reach out the top of the chart by releasing their albums, but Taylor's strong fan base didn't let anybody touch their queen's position. Taylor used her fan base in the best way possible to hold her position at Billboard. Artists like Don Toliver, Gunna, and Kanye West tried to reach the top, but every time they got outplayed by Taylor Swift's genius moves. But how did she achieve such success? First, look at this timeline of important album releases after the Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. On May 17th, just when Billie Eilish dropped her third studio album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Taylor Swift released 3 new variants of her latest album. This short flash sale of her album leads to a huge number of sales, which blocked Billie Eilish from reaching the top of the Billboard chart and debuted at the second position, right behind Taylor Swift. Although songs like Birds of a Feather and Chihiro became an instant hit across Billie's fanbase and social media, it wasn't enough for her to reach the top of the chart after what Taylor did. Billie called out artists that drop various albums versions and said it's a wasteful thing to do. Billie's fanbase also called Taylor Swift a capitalist queen after what she did to Billie's album because of her strategy to stay up relevant. After that, we have Brat by Charlie, released on 7th June. Brat was the most acclaiming album of 2024 in the UK. It was officially tipped to debut at number 1 on the Billboard UK chart, dethroning Taylor's The Tortured Poets Department after a 5-week run at the top. However, Taylor again surprised her fans. She released UK exclusive versions of her album during the week, which resulted in the album getting surge in sales and surpassing Charlie in the midweek prediction. The album was up for sale for a short period of time during the week. Taylor continued to do her flash sales and boosting her albums by releasing different variants every time an artist came close. Same thing happened to Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign with their second album, Vultures 2. They were predicted to finally top the chart and surpass Taylor Swift on Billboard, but guess what happened? Again, a new variant released by Taylor Swift for sale, but this time something was different. Kanye's team was aware of Taylor's strategy, so they tried to backfire her with the same method by releasing several album versions containing new tracks like Can You Be, Drunk, and Believer on 3 different albums. This method somehow worked for Kanye and resulted in more sales for his album, but with only few thousand more sales, Taylor stayed at the top of the chart, continuing her dominance in the Billboard. Last week, Sabrina Carpenter's new album, Short and Sweet, was released and instantly got into the social media trends. Tracks like Espresso became instant hit, and it was predicted to top the chart and finally surpass Taylor Swift. But even Sabrina Carpenter couldn't get away from Taylor's monopoly, and she faced the same tactic used with previous artists by Taylor Swift. Although Taylor Swift supported Sabrina's album by posting a story on her Instagram, it wasn't enough to get away from the allegations of blocking her album, but this time it wasn't enough. Sabrina Carpenter debuted at number 1 on the Billboard after a close fight with Travis Scott's 10 years old project, The Days Before Rodeo, with only 600 more sales than Travis Scott. As of today, 66 different variants of the Tortured Poets department have been released in different formats, which helped her stay at the top of the chart for almost 18 weeks. But here's the question: is she done with her album and moved to her next project, or she got new plans to come back and claim her position again?